Let's see here. Not bad. 67, maybe 66 fastback. Oh. Oh, hey guys. Welcome back. We are back in the garage. As you noticed from the spot over here where the calendar usually is, we did get a better shop mod. This is the Workshop Classic sign mod. If you notice, we got a lot of Hot Rod Magazine and NKG, a lot of pinup girl type stuff in here. Don't worry, I checked everything in here. In all the positions, all the girls are at least dressed. But we did get a bunch of different pinup type stuff that's sitting around here, some of the different calendars, some of the different photos and whatnot. So that's the thing. That's the new shop mod that we're looking at. This does go to stuff as even simple as our good old paint booth out here. Now, our good old paint booth out here has got all these old Champion spark plug and, different signages and stuff. A lot of these are actually real vintage signs. I think actually everything on here is a real vintage sign. But something you can find, your local vintage sign shop. Actually, depending on which one of the signs you are looking for up here, you can find a lot of these online too. So, we want the vintage look in here. I did definitely think it was a better choice. As far as the front of the store, it's not much different. Everything's pretty vintage. But, yeah, we got cars and lifts. Alright, so first thing, hot off the presses, we got the Holden Effigy. This is a concept car. Fresh mod. As you can see, we do have a lot of different stuff here. This one's going to be interesting. It's very rusty. Now, I did prep these cars. They're washed, they're detailed, they're welded. This is how this car is when it comes out of the junkyard. I'll show you why here in a second. Over here, we've got the Delray Custom. Now, this has a custom livery for it. It's going to turn into a taxi cab. So, that's why that's over here. It's kind of our secondary car. We will get to that, as we go. It will end up with a taxi cab livery on it just because I've already looked at it. It's actually a pretty cool little thing. Honestly, mod developers, if any of you out there catch the stream, if you guys could make a Catch Me If You Can movie livery for the Delray. I know a lot of you don't know what that is, but back in the 80s, there was a car racing movie called Catch Me If You Can. I believe a few people on YouTube actually have it posted up on their website. Great movie, but it was about a kid who ended up racing a 57 Bel Air, which is about what the Delray is based off of, across like Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, to a high school football game. It was basically a point-to-point race, illegal street race, and they used a old Bel Air. It had a front and rear flame paint job over like a dark midnight blue paint. Gorgeous car. But if you guys make a livery like that for it, that'd be awesome. I'm still playing with the livery editor and PNG files and haven't had a chance to actually try it, get too far into it, but I know my skills aren't that good. Anywho, back to this other stuff. Hang on real quick. Gonna take a look at this. Ooh, yeah. Those are actually, I believe, pinups directly out of, Hot Rod magazines. Anyways, back to this stuff part. Get that out of there. So you see as car part 1. Now the whole body's gone. So what they did with this mod is because the Holden has a complete fiberglass custom shell, this is the car you can take all the way down to the frame. This car is officially down to the frame. You can see the few parts that are left on it, front rear windows, stuff like that. This is basically, we'll get it down to a couple of sticks laying on the ground. And that's okay. We want to get to that point. You can actually, sit in it like this. The body's gone. So, that's what's going on with that. That's why the Holden, the Effigy does not have the, you know, welding ability. You can still do weld the frame, obviously, for frame condition points, but yeah, that's exactly why it's basically a, you know, builder type car. Now, with the way this car's set up, I'm actually going to leave it like this, and we're going to buy the body parts last. So we're going to build this car like you would do a actual, like, body off restoration, which is amazing because that's a new experience we don't see a lot. So that's kind of the plan here, is if you took this thing to a custom shop and literally told them you wanted a frame off restoration, they would probably build a lot of the car in this condition and then add the body in later. So definitely a big deal. Alright guys, trying to resituate myself here, and I needed to get to my drinks, and they are unfortunately on the other side of my desk, so I need to move them. Just a second to reach over and get to them, alright? Start running my mouth too much, and then I start getting cotton mouth, I guess. Alright. So, anyways. We're going to do this as a true frame off. Alright. Yeah, look at the weird positioning here. The car battery is right in front of the front wheel. So definitely the modeling on this is a lot more unique. And you guys, like I said last week, come Thursday, Friday this week, we're not going to have streams. I got some business to take care of out of town, and won't be around my computer and don't have a way to do any broadcasting. So our last stream will be probably Wednesday. I am still on the lookout for new mods. Haven't seen a whole hell of a lot of them. I found this one over the weekend, picked it up, went out, prepped everything for it, but for the most part, you know, the mod developers, who I credited a bunch of over my description down there, if you're looking for specific developers to go take a look at, those guys are great. But, yeah, I literally just am not seeing a whole heck of a lot. We might get a couple more. I believe Payne the Payne shop was looking at like a McLaren F1. Definitely would like to get my hands on that and actually, you know, do some work with that, but hopefully that one's not one we're going to miss, get behind on, but definitely one that we can, you know, grab before I have to go on my trip. Otherwise, when I get back, I believe Tuesday night, so we'll do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. As long as everything goes right, then yeah, we will pick it up there. If the mods came out over the weekend and stuff, I'll do what I can to make sure I get at least some kind of access to Steam Workshop or something to get them downloaded. But otherwise, we'll play pickup and we'll grab what we can. So that's pretty much where we are, guys. Like I said, I don't want to fall behind. We will definitely, you know, kind of pick and choose mods. Right now, we pretty much can just grab whatever comes out. But there are still a few I have not done that have come out, and there's reasons for that. Something just didn't, you know, come off as original enough, or it was just a slight recap, and that's fine. A resto mod on the Nissan 240 is a good example. You know, viewed it as like a configuration file mod a little bit more, and didn't really address it. I didn't see enough in the actual mod description to show it doing much more than just changing what kind of engine you could put in it. But that's not to say it's against anything to do with the mod developer. Matter of fact, far from it. But it wasn't my cup of tea, we'll say. I do like to use some fairly unique cars and stuff. Even like the mod for the Delray. Yeah, the Delray mod's not that cool, but in that term, but you know, it's a taxi cab livery. I mean, really. How can you see like a checker cab modification for, you know, a livery for an old like an old car like that? If you guys ever seen some of the old movies and stuff, you'd notice that a lot of like even like the old Ghostbusters movies and stuff, the cabs that they feature in those are like 1950s, you know, cabs, and they were special cars that were made specifically for the cab companies. So seeing that Delray over here being basically made into one of those types of cars is actually kind of a unique thing. That's why I chose that livery, because it is a bit of that nostalgia thing and something we could find. Otherwise, like I said, I've been kind of picking up groups of plates as they come out. Still waiting on, you know, the rest of the, at least continental U.S. and some of the other specific items. The, I guess, what do you call it? Trying to think of the word, my brain's not functioning, so give me a second. The country plates that, you know, are really, really unique. Like a basic set of Russian plates isn't something that I'm probably going to grab. But if somebody came out with, say, Soviet Republic set of plates and then a Lada mod, of course I'm going to, you know, grab a old Lada or, you know, something like that. People that are familiar with games like Long Drive will know what I'm talking about when I say Lada. Just this type of car that was built in the Soviet era. But yeah, if I had something like that where it was a period-specific thing and I need a period-specific plate, of course I would download a mod pack for that. Basic plates for like Europe and some of those places, unless they've got, you know, a good range of years, I'm not jumping on top of to grab right away. And that's just a personal preference of mine. I did like the fact that they brought out a lot of the other plates. I know they had the DeLorean pack out. They had the older California plate pack out, which actually had a lot of the DeLorean plates in it as well. So these are all, you know, different things that I just kind of snatched up as I could. So that's where we were at on that. But yeah, I'll keep adding different unique things and different unique little mods and stuff as I find them. We do still have quite a few of the base cars in the game to go through as well. Story mode type stuff. I mean, realistically, honestly, all we're going for right now as far as our actual physical game play is, you know, level 50 and then generating a bunch more scrap. I did grab a couple of cases out of the barns I was hunting for. Yeah, earlier when I was doing my stream prep and stuff. So we do have a little bit more scrap. We can still go work on that Ferrari. Yes, it's still a thing. It's sitting out in the parking, or it's sitting out in the, yeah, or I guess you'd call it the parking lot, car park, over there in one of the garages, just kind of gently resting. But I believe this is the one we need. Yeah. Okay. I had to check real quick which one we needed. All right. So anyways, that's one of those things that we do have the option. We just haven't gotten to that yet. The 3-star Ferrari will definitely be a finished product. I will get to it. But like I said, I'm going to slow down on the pacing. A lot of people have done 3-star cars. All the more power to them for getting that much scrap. I get it took hundreds of hours gameplay. Probably way more than I have in the game. And a lot of those guys don't have, you know, nearly as high a level as I do. Never doing them. So, you know, you have that to consider too. We actually did this with reasonable leveling. So, anyways, as far as this car goes, because it's the modern version, alright, so there's two versions of the EFIJY. There is the original 2005 version, which is basically the one we have, which has the supercharged V8 fuel injection motor in it. And then there's a replica version, which is basically the same car. There's a few differences. Different shapes and doors, body stuff, whatnot. But the main difference is the power plant in it is actually a twin carb overhead valve V8 with a supercharger. Now this is still a supercharged V8, it's just not a carbureted one, it's fuel injection one. But I do have a fuel injected supercharger. It's a 3-star part we can throw on this. So that being the case, we can kind of do a little playing around and canoodling with the engine and stuff. We'll build the engine back up and get it all done. But I do want to get at least whatever we have left in parts separated and repaired. That way we are just basically dealing with what do we have in repair parts. You understand, like, these rims, they're like 21-inch rims on the front and 22-inch rims on the back. That's the way this mod works. So I do want to make sure I have a baseline for when I start going and buying products. Yeah, 20's in the front, 22's in the rear. So that's basically the why I want to just make sure we have everything off the car that we can repair repaired. So as for the engine block, it's going to be a pretty standard V8 overhead valve build. Kind of how we do all this stuff, you know. We're going to do our alternator, we're going to do our air filter, we're going to do our, you know, overhead valve V8 camshaft, all the little performance parts, because we can. I don't know what the exhaust on this thing looks like, so we'll have to figure that out later. But, I gotta figure out the engine heads at once too, but anyways, we know we need a flywheel, clutch. Now we're gonna need a fuel filter. This one should have coils, so grab the coils. Grab our con rod pistons. We need those. Our plugs. Like I said, we do have a 3-star supercharger for this thing already, so. Oops. Grabber rod or tie rods or inner tie rods. I think we need a steering rack as well. Now we are dealing with a bit of a hot fix here. There was a small patch done. It's only like 3 items. So that's what we're on right now, is basically that patch. So that's what did. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yawn got away from me there. Now we know I need 4 of these. But I'm not sure on like push rods and all that other stuff. So we got to basically go through and just kind of get stuff together and see what our heads and stuff look like, because this is a supercharged engine, but it's fuel injected. I didn't pre-prep, so yeah. See, if I'd have grabbed the regular overhead valve V8 stuff, I'd have been probably screwed. So that's why we kind of held back on that, definitely for sure. All right. So these are regular V8 engine heads and power steering pump, stuff like that, which we have tune-up parts for, so that's fine. Let's grab the camshaft of the V8. Couple engine heads. Couple exhaust manifolds. Not sure if we grabbed a fuel pump. We always use a spare. We're going to need one on the Delray anyways, so. And then PSU pump. Alright. Probably need quite a few more cams, too. I only grabbed 1, and I think we need 4. Yeah. So I didn't grab enough camshafts, honestly. Not that we don't have stock ones that are repaired, but we're not about that. Okay, so supercharger intake manifold. We know that that's going to be a part we are going to have to deal with in here. And I do have that supercharger, so let's go take a look. I think it's in the warehouse. Actually, I had the camshafts. They're all 3-star, too. I could have used those up. But I don't want to do that quite yet. All right. Oh, that's an overhead valve V8 supercharger, right? I don't know if there's a difference. It shouldn't be. It is. That's the difference. Okay. I guess that makes sense. It's not a carby. The overhead valve is a carbureted one, and the other one is not. That's why it's different. All right. So DI fuel rails, little things here and there. Thought I had the right one, but it looks like I got the one for the blower car. So, well. Speaking of blower cars, oof. I got that repair job on that Ford Lightning done last night or yesterday time frame. Yeah, that was rough. Couple days of working on that thing, and I'm pretty sure my hand was about the same color as my girl's new purple car. So, you know. well, definitely one of those things was like, yeah, my hand's all messed up. So, yeah, definitely did want to make sure I was a little bit more healed up before I did a stream. I was going to do the one this weekend, and then I was just like, my hand is still not good enough for holding the mouse and stuff, and I just didn't feel it was the best presentation I could give to you guys as well. Being able to move around and stuff and be able to move the mouse left to right is definitely an important thing to do, and at the time I couldn't, hold the mouse and bend my wrist back enough to actually be able to properly give you guys the gameplay credit you deserve. So, that's where we are on that. Like I said, got it all sorted out, got it running, took it out, drove it around for a while. Actually pretty awesome. But, yeah, definitely a good one. Hard repair, though. Hard repair. Not an easy thing. I can understand why some auto shops charge a lot for different repairs. I always thought they were crazy about charging so much more. But that truck, yeah, I get it. I fully understand. All right. The rest of these parts we've already bought on before we go back to the shop. Alright. I guess they gotta get rod caps, all that stuff, but timing belts for the V8. We're back to that. So here. Need 2 of them. Interesting concept of having these wrap like this. I always thought that was definitely an interesting way of doing the timing. Alright. Rollers. I know we have a bunch of them because we pre-bought a bunch. We were doing a bunch of these engines, so we had a bunch of these rollers laying around, but I don't know if we have enough to do this engine or not. May actually be close. Alright, so we need crankshaft pulley, water pump, A and B heads. So, water pump. Couple of coil pack covers. Crankshaft pulley. The standard stuff. Get this stuff in. I actually had the pulley. Okay, so first belt is going to be just regular serpentine belt for a Supercharger. That one. Okay. So, as far as V8 stuff goes, I think we're good here for a second. I know I need a water pump pulley. Belt tensioner. So this engine doesn't have cooling fan on it. It should be on the radiator. Serpentine belt A for V8. Yes, this one. Okay, Idaho roller A. We did have enough. Nice. Very nice. Alright, covers on. Drive our 900 different screws into place. Grab our coils, and then we can grab our throttle, which we don't have, because reasons. Oh, we do actually have it. Nice. I guess I grabbed it. Or I had it left over for another car. Not entirely sure. I know it wasn't a 3-star, so who knows? But really, this is a major buku concept car from Holden Motor Company, so why not? Hopefully, you know, some people actually remember when this thing popped up on the market, you know, as a concept. It was actually an interesting little creature, but alright. Get our clutch release bearing. And I think we are good to flip over. Not sure how many crankshaft caps we're going to need. I think it's like 4. 3 or 4. I'm not sure. So we'll just grab them after we get the pistons in. Yeah, it's 3. Alrighty, we'll have this engine back together, and then this car's not overly complicated on the suspension, it doesn't look like. So, we'll be able to get it put all back together. Type in pan, and it'll give you the pans. And only the pans, just the pans. Now this is a really deep oil pan for this kind of car, but I guess it works. Wouldn't be my first choice, but so, frame off restoration, we have radiator A. I would assume it's fan housing B. Not sure, but I think, yeah, it should be fan housing B. Makes sense. Nice thing about having the body off the car is a lot easier to get around and work in here. You don't have fixed points you got to deal with. So, it looks like this thing actually has both fuse boxes in it, which is interesting. Definitely an interesting creature. Alright. So, probably power steering, that, and then what was the coolant? See? Yeah, I figured out a hotkey for the reservoirs because they all say reservoir, so. Okay. So, A and a B and a battery. And I have no idea what the fuses are going to look like for those. But let's just grab the bases real quick. We need a battery, we know that. Base A, base B, cover A, cover B. I have no idea what the fuses are going to look like. So we'll get these in. A lot of electrical stuff in here. Not a lot of other stuff, but electrical, yeah, definitely. A lot of stuff. Okay. Air filter cover. Got that. And how are we doing on clips? Now, obviously, the air filter cover is bolted to a fender well. We wouldn't actually be putting this in, but, you know, we got a nice frame off. We might as well do as much as we can. Servo. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what parts are going to be present, what parts are not, so we got to kind of play it by ear, part by part for a minute. Okie dokie. And reservoir and fuse box. Okay. 2, 2, 4. Two, 3, 1. Okay, so the first fuse box. 2, 4. This should be the first box. Yeah, I know this doesn't quite line up. I'm sorry. It's probably something the mod developer as I twitched about too, to be honest with you. Is what it is. Here in a second when the cover's on, it's not going to make a difference anyway, so. Yeah, it's just the fuse relay box. It's kind of curved around the engine head, I guess. Alright, so this side. 3, 1, 1. And then 1 and 2. Yeah, this concept car would have had a ton of fuse boxes in it. A lot of computer-controlled stuff in the dashboard and stuff that you're not able to see quite yet that would be a definite thing. Oh, we're going to need to buy more bushings. It's a thing. We got to do it. We got tons of tie rod ends for some reason again. Not sure why. I know, I bought covers. I needed hubs. It's the MRT. I like just spending random amounts of money, I guess, for arbitrary items. Really? I really should have made a shopping list. Yeah, I did that. So I think I figured out, for the most part, it's about 16 and 4. Very rarely does it exceed that as far as the bushings go. Usually if you grab 16 and 4, you're probably okay. But I've had a few that run a little bit, heavier than that, but not many. All right. So that's basically the suspension, I guess. Get up in the air, we'll put the bottom on, and guess we'll be pretty much done, except for our shocks, which I think these are double wishbones. Like I said, didn't pay attention. Yeah, they're double wishbones. Alright. Bottom A. Yeah, there's not even a steering rack in this thing, so that'll be interesting. Gearbox V8. Well, we gotta buy one, so let's buy a performance one. Nope, not that one. No. Am I blind? Oh, it's probably these. Yep. They don't have performance options for those, I don't believe. I don't think so. No, they do not. Okay, so. Briny middle mufflers, that's given. Don't know this thing have cats? I didn't think it did. And overhead valve V8 rears, which they still did not add into this. Developers, guys, please add a performance mod for that. It's like one of the few mufflers in here that doesn't have a performance mod. Yeah, there's a good chunk like the i4 base one and stuff, but yeah, performance mod the rest of the exhaust, please, so we can at least have the rear mufflers if you're going to strangle us to death that are stainless, because these stainless to standard, and your double muffler and everything, it's not going to end well on the engine. Just saying. There's a lot of back pressure on that engine bay. Alright, we'll need a drive shaft, so let's go into transmissions. We know we don't have one, so. Two of those. Not sure what else we need, so just give me a second. Old rear wheel hub on there. We'll probably need brake discs. Yeah. arbitrarily just buy two and then back to suspension. Grab shock absorbers while we're here. There's a bunch of these things that we kind of managed to fix, so. Springs we probably didn't fix. Yeah. I'm going to grab 4 more rubber bushings for the smalls. Just in case. I think we're okay, but rather than have to make the second trip. And we do have a rear sway bar B that we need to pick up. And we'll probably need to grab the end links for that as well. I just want to double check. Yeah. Alright. It should be this side done, ready for a tire. Alright. That's what I wasn't sure about, if these are going to be regular or small. That's why I grabbed the extra 4. I thought they were regular, but, you know. Better safe than sorry. A couple extra bucks for rubber bushings, they can be afforded to be bought in bulk. Okay. Rubber suspension arms missing. And link. Get the stuff we're looking at directly, then we'll spin around to the other side. Fuel tank, because we're here. Well, we did not have an extra one. Okay, upper suspension arm for the rear. One of these. Yeah, we have those couple of rubber bushing pieces on the other side that we need to deal with, but we can get this thing ready for tires. Before we have to do the body, we'll be almost done with the restoration, which is good. Might need a rear drive axle here. Yep. Ah. Standard one. I do like how much this you can actually put together without, you know, whatever. Having to take the tire off. Yep, it looks like you ran out of rubber bushing, so got that done. Alright, now we have 20. We need one rim Bowen 22 and one rim Bowen 20. Then we need to figure out the tires. So over here, green fitty. Bowen Need 120. And 22. Okay. Yep. Inventory. A 285 and a 255. 255 is a 255/35, so a little bit higher profile. Just rears. Alright, so 255/35, 285/30. Okay. There's 2. Hey, I memorized both of them. Alright. So this will be a 22. Just trying to get my inventory the right way. That way I don't get them messed up. Now, because these are mismatched tire sizes and I don't trust my inventory, I'm going to install the rear tires before worrying about the front, taking the front tire off the lift. I don't trust myself to check, so we're not going to have it be an issue. Yeah, it's stylish. Nice full, what is it, half moon hubcaps there? Yeah. They're pretty big hubcaps. Grab this one and then install the last one. Balance this. Yeah, I still need double wishbones in the front too, so I need to grab that part list. Wow, we're crunching stuff. These in here. You know, I wonder. We put fluid in this. If we could get away with no steering wheel, taking this to track is just a rolling frame. Oh, I wonder. We might actually be able to put a freaking steering wheel in it too. That's the sad part. Alright, let's drop it down, get some fluids in it, take a look at a roller. Congratulations, guys. We've built a car that literally has no body. Alright. Get fluids in it. Oh no, you'll report it. Yeah, we didn't get a spilling fine. I think they actually changed the scaling on the brake servo when it mounts this car. Because it seems like it's smaller. Which, good on them for that, because it was probably not going to fit in this engine bay otherwise. Alright. Do some interior work here. Doesn't look like we got any bonus parts, so... I believe the interior is actually brown, so... like we may have to use those interior parts. Not sure what it's actually going to need. 2 seats and a steering wheel. Okay. Leave it, use these. They're kind of lame, but whatever. I guess there's a few other options here. Would have been a little bit more sporty, but okay. I think it's rocking stereo wheel 17. There's a flat bottom, so trying it as close to what the original designer was kind of looking at it as. Oops. Not that seat. Yeah, it was 10. So I kind of messed up, but I kind of like these seats anyways. Alright. Now. Technically, I mean, could we get away with it? I mean, we might be able to if I get the sway bar inlink in. Oh, those are fronts, anyways. Okay, where are they? They're B's. Yeah, if all it's complaining about is sway bar inlinks, it was ready to drive. I mean, we can manage this. Let's go take a go-kart out with no body. I mean, it's kind of cool if you think about it. Just drive the roller. Shit. Here we go, guys. This car ain't got no body panels on it. We're just gonna rock it like it is. Just a go-kart on steroids, right? Just severely supercharged go-kart. Yeah, that's all it is. Just a frame with an engine. Go! Talk about weight reduction. Pretty quick, too, for weight reduction. Yeah, we built a 190-mile-an-hour go-kart. Nice. All right. We'll put the body on it. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. Gonna go down to Fresh Imports, pick up some parts. Okay, we got a door. That's good. Do not have a hood. Car part 1. We do not have. Alright, fresh imports. Let's take a look. Body? Okay. I kind of like the hood B, honestly. But we'll grab a few parts here. I don't know what the difference in the fenders are, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Grab the front end, which is the body stuff. Doors. Window. I believe it's this one. It's non-painted. Or it's the painted one, so put those parts on, see what we got. Body on it. We did not grab the hood, which, well. Or the right fender. Okay. And here. Rear bumper is these jet fire scoops. Which is kind of cool. Trunk, right tail light, right mirror, right headlight, rear window. So it looks like we got rear left fender is going to be this. Okay. Front, we didn't grab. Alright. Rear window looking styling. That piece there. Come around to the front. We know I got a bumper. Yes. Right front fender, left front fender, hood, windshield. Can't grab the front end. Oh, that sucks. Alright, we'll get the mirrors. And I think we grabbed one of the headlights, but I don't grab both of them. I'm not sure. Oh, I did. Okay. So I need a hood. I'm gonna go with the B. I like the B. Front left fender, right fender. Okay. This. Now I think B hood is meant for the other Supercharger. But it looks good. Blacked out lights. So now the big question is, if I disassemble this and put the assembly mode in. Here we go. Sneak the front end of the car in there. Huh, that's weird. I won't lie. It is what it is. Okay, let's head over to our illegal plate pressing shop. And oh, I'm gonna put some spaces in there. Yeah, you can't get it completely centered, but whatever. Get some Queensland plates on it. Nice little Australian plates, make it look like it's from out of country. Did I not need two of them? Right, body window A, and left side mirror. Oh, because I never put them back in. Door window. I never put the body window in. I am so smart. Yes, I'm working. Why it looked off. There we go. Alright. $100 over 100, 150, almost $150,000, $155,000. We haven't even painted it yet. Alright, let's take it over to test path. Take it over to the dyno. Play with it for a minute and paint it. Line the headlights, you know, all that fun stuff. Wow, one of the tires is actually square. Alright. I didn't want to wash it. I wanted to paint it. Alright, so factory color on this car was like purple, I think, wasn't it? Oh no, it's actually a blue. Interesting. It's definitely a unique color. I doubt it's got any liveries, because that would make no sense, but... we're gonna go with that color. I like that color. Alright. Yeah, that's definitely a lead sled from hell. But take it over the dyno. We'll check its power range. We did top out in 5th gear, so I think I might need to make an adjustment to the or make an adjustment to the actual final drive on it, but you know, we'll get there. So it should be a little bit higher. I think it's around 900. Whoa, 1260. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, we basically stuck a Formula 1 engine in that thing. Yeah, we might need to play around with that final drive gear a little bit. Bring that ratio down to, I don't know, 243. We'll probably sell the car anyway, so we might as well go try and just push the hell out of it. This one. I actually thought about a purple chameleon, but how about this interior? Look at this thing. Suspension readout, computer controls, push button everything. Very classic design, but also modern. Yeah, this is definitely one for the ages. So our top speed on the speed track up to this point was 269 miles an hour. I think 1260 horsepower engine, if I can keep traction, will actually do it. God, that torque pulls. Wasn't that bad when it was a go-kart. Seems like it got worse when we put the body on it. It's weird. I mean, we did tweak the gear ratio, so it's probably redlining a lot worse, but... Yeah, I wish I had a little bit lighter throttle control. Because right now it's as bad as the DC Typhoon because I literally have, you know, keyboard and mouse, so throttle control on it's horrible. I don't have a controller set up for it yet. But, anyways, our status here, $155,000. I think we can get rid of it. We'll keep the mod in place. We'll come back to this car, but I'm not going to hang on to it for right now. It's a cool car. Definitely an awesome concept to bring into the workshop so early. Something this detailed, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. We'll keep the mod on file and just go from there. We are close to 800 grand, but we got one more car to restore. And it's this one. So, actually think what I'm going to do, bring it in here. We'll do the body real quick. We already welded it and everything else. Let's put all the body panels on it that are good. All brand new panels. And then we'll go ahead and paint it up like a cab, and then it'll look like, oh, what do you call it? The, repair shop from that old Andy Kaufman TV show. Was it Taxi? Yeah, it was Taxi. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and resto mod the hell out of it, right? Grab the taillights, the custom bumpers. I don't want to do the blower hood. I want to do the little more hood scoop one. And then we need a couple of doors. Left door, left window. Left fender, right door. Right window. Fender. Windshield, body windows. You know, the typical stuff. Trunk. So grab all the parts, put the body back together. I actually don't think we changed the head, or we took the headlights out of it, so. Switch back to normal mode real quick, and we'll remove these. Put the good headlights in it. Yeah, we're going to have a painted car before we ever start tearing it down. Did the exact opposite way of the way we did the last one. Alright. So, there we go. So the reason we did this is because the livery is really the biggest thing about this build. We got a checker cab special. And this is a pretty nice looking checker cab, if you do say so myself. I think we'll switch these out to something like the wire wheels are pretty cool, but I think we might go to something that looks a little more like a Krager SS. You know? But we'll get there. Stick this in left or right for now. We do have to keep doing story mode missions, but I'm not worried about it right now. Get this thing all the way off the ground, get the parts out from underneath it. Which are actually surprisingly complete. Just saying. I don't think we need to go blown with this. We'll probably go modified, but we're not going to go, blown. I don't see any reason to. Been a lot of blower cars lately anyways, so be nice to do one that's just, not a blower car. We don't need quite that much horsepower in a cab. Oh god, I remember the days when you didn't use the mouse at all. Everything was done with keyboard controls. Wow. This game would be a pain in the neck to play with keyboard only. Have to, tab over to get to the highlight of each part. That'd be a nightmare. It'd take forever. I mean, as is, we restore cars pretty fast, but yeah, it would be just absolutely atrocious if we had to do this, one part at a time with a tab key, and if you over tab, you're kind of off center, and then you had to deal with that. Not sound fun. I just thought about that, and I'm like, oh man, that's not good. Probably the retro car, honestly. Looking at it, I'm like, oh, old car like this. Yeah, old computer. Oh, yeah. Finished the word old computer, and by the time I was out of my mouth, I was like, oh, that would be gross. No. We'll need a rack. Now, I pull all my cars out of the junkyard. I know a lot of people are like, oh, go to the auction. I'm like, yeah, I'm not prepared to lose money at the auction on these deals yet. Not quite yet. Someday soon, I will be prepared to, go to the auction and get overbid by ridiculous bots that are more than willing to pay 50, 60 grand for a car that's worth about 5. But I'm not there yet. Oh no, we got massive issues down here. Tons of rubber bushings mission, no drive line again. Yeah, we got some expensive parts to buy. Slip these axles out though. Covers, knuckles, all that fun stuff, fuel tank. pretty much just strip all the guts out of the bottom of the car. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone with the yellow. Or a black. We might go with black and just make the engine bay black, because I just realized that the engine bay is going to be white if we leave the car painted white underneath the logo. So, yeah, we'll probably we'll switch it back to black and we'll take it back to the paint shop. I hate to do that, but one of these engines is better than the other. Whatever, this one looks better. It's probably not. We'll see what we can get out of it. Basically, we're going to strip them both down, see what we can salvage, and go from there, you know? It won't be much, but... I guess was the engine from the other car that we just ended up building a new blower motor for. I didn't have the engine block for. Because, yeah, it's about that level of disassembly where I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't really want to do this. I had to buy a new engine anyways. Build a fresh one, right? That shouldn't matter. That cam gear actually would be installed on this block. Okay. We'll see if we can take two junkyard engines and make one good one, right? With a whole boatload of performance parts. This one has the opposite head on it. That's interesting. Oh, maybe we can salvage the heads. I don't know. Shouldn't need them, though. Another one with camshaft sprockets on it. Weird. Oh well, whatever. Have any discs I could save? Oh, looks like one. Alright. Like I said, we don't need a lot of stuff. We've got a transmission that's good. We'll go with that and move on with life. We'll get the standard run of performance parts, you know, pistons, heads, intakes, stuff like that, but we're not going to try and build a new blower motor or anything out of this. We totally could, but, you know, why bother? And now I'm not putting an overhead valve V8C in it either, because the spark plug holes alone will give me nightmares for the next 3 days. I've already had to deal with that style engine block this week. I don't want to have to deal with it again. Oh, just the thought of it's got my hand throbbing. Okay, they had me look at a different car for a failed electrical system when I went over yesterday, and I was told very expressly, do not put your hands under the car. Oh no, it's just fixing this. We have 2 cranks, actually. Ooh, look at that. Winning. Alright. So, standard engine build. We know how this goes. Should have twin 4 barrels on this. This is a push rod engine too, so I have to buy push rods. Yay, push rods. Now, I don't know. The Holden is nice, and we can always do another Delray too, but, you know, what do you guys think? Do you think we should keep the cab for a while? I don't know. Weird. It kind of speaks to me that we should keep the cab. But, you know, what do I know? I think we need a whole distributor set too, so we should. Pistons. All right. I don't believe we need a belt tensioner. Probably need a brake servo. I didn't see one in there. Cam gear. Duh. Clutch release bearing. That's given. Should be a radiator C, so we shouldn't need that part. Shouldn't need like a bottle or anything for it. It should be a Rat C, so. B. I'm getting good at these overhead valve V8s. I'm actually starting to figure out exactly everything I need, so we can kind of go through and then just fiddle dink the suspension back together. Should need at least 2 of these. Not seeing the intake manifold that we need, yo. I think it's this one. Yeah. 2 carb. Okay. This. 2 of those. 8 of these. Radiator C. I don't think it's going to have power steering, but, you know. I've been wrong before. I forgot. No. Should be lower. 16. Wait on the belts. I mean, they should be A and B overhead valve V8, but, you know. We'll wait. Should be this one, and I think it's a triangle. Yeah. Okay, and then we need a steering rack. That's a given. Timing chain we didn't have. Wasn't going to repair anyways, even if we did. Timing cover. Push rods. Alright, so let's see how good my memory was on this engine. Okay. So many stock alternators. So many. Okay. What's in here? Yada yada, all this stuff together. Ah, I forgot the crankshaft pulley and the water pump too. Alright. I even looked at water pumps too. That was the bad part. Alright. I grabbed the pulley and not the thing. Didn't grab the water pump, grabbed the water pump pulley. So I was thinking about it, I just didn't, I guess, finish my thought. Or blanked it out. I don't. There we go. And the radiator fan, which is not surprising. Alright. Front of the engine, basically we only had to go in there a couple of times just to grab stuff. I don't believe I grabbed the caps either. Crankshaft caps, I kind of skipped over them twice. And I didn't grab the rod caps either, weird. Thought I did. Well, no, I grabbed the air filters. I didn't grab those. And I need the crankshaft caps while I'm here. Okay. We'll zip line another engine together. I know, you've seen one, you've seen them all, but I'm looking for unique engines. We're just not finding a lot of them. Gotta grab like a R35 or something here pretty soon if I find one. And do a Nissan engine. Done a lot of V8s lately. Even like inline 6s and stuff are kind of rare. Okay. Rotate. Don't forget our clips. And exhaust manifolds. Get those big long block headers on there. There we go. Spark plugs, push rods, covers, carburetors, all that stuff pop on here pretty quick. It's kind of nice to an injected engine and then a non-injected engine, though. Well, just good comparison. They're basically the same engine. Carb base, ground air filter. Alright. Drop all this stuff in on this side. Cap this side up. I think it's just plug wires and off to the races. We'll drop it back in a car. Then figure out what suspension we're missing. Yeah, it seems legit. Okay. So out of two engines, we ended up with basically enough parts to make one, and then a boatload of parts to shove back in a car. So that's good. Now back under here, see how well we did. It does have power steering. Wow. Radiator. Wash reservoir. Didn't think about that. Apparently. Fuse base. We did have one. And this is going to be interesting. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 3, 1. Okay. Oh, I forgot the cover. Yeah, that makes sense. Not really that much attention being paid there. Cool. Technically, the engine bay is done. Crossmember E was repairable. Oh my god. I do like the pinup girls around the shop. It looks like an actual shop now. You guys haven't been to a mechanic shop and noticed all the pinup girl stuff around. It's pretty prevalent. It's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be definitely was not a safe environment. You know, an environment where you'd want to have your kids running around in there and whatnot for the most part. But you know, nowadays there's still a few calendars. I think Snap-on still does a calendar with pinup girls in it, and a few other catalogs. I know back in the day, you used to be able to get stuff from even like the construction plants. They'd come up with stuff like, you know, a calendar for this or a calendar for that, and they'd have like 2 or 3 yearly calendars that were, you know, some kind of pinup type thing. Hang on a second, guys. Gotta stretch my legs. Don't know which sway bar it is yet, so we'll get there in a second. Looks like a B. To be, and I know we're gonna need another double wishbone in the front. The given, it's not even worth taking apart to find out if you can fix something because you can't. So, and then we'll grow down to rear because I think we'll be good after that. Nope, we are not. Forgot the front wheel, front axle assembly. Wheel hubs. Right now, let's just grab one. I don't know if we grab one for the other side or not. Sway bar. Got that. We'll need brakes on both sides. But I believe we grabbed the bearings, so. Yeah, those are in place. Okay. You only technically can repair one of the brake discs, so that's why it's kind of one of those things. Okie dokie, suspension arms, link bees. 2 of those. 2 vented discs. 2 pads. I don't know if we were able to salvage calipers or not yet, so we'll play it by ear. Usually good to salvage one, but not both, so not salvage any of them, so I don't remember if they're both shot, then odds are both pistons are shot too. The cylinders. So yeah, pretty much. Okie dokie. Smoky, smoky. So, 2 double wishbones, bunch of exhaust pipes. Oh, it's just pretty much just a middle muffler. Exhaust pipe, overhead valve V8, and a rear muffler, overhead valve V8. I don't even see the point to put the performance exhaust on it. Doesn't make that much of a difference. And we need this. Alright. Double wishbone. Shocks. Gearbox, I think we salvaged. Okay. This, and then rotate just a little bit. Oop, too far. Can't see. Like right in an uncomfortable spot. Should be a V8 starter. Oh, it is. Alright, back to the back. Fuel tanks first on the list. Leaf spring drive axle. Fuel pump. Knuckle housings are both shot, so they're B's. Probably should check what suspension that was, but oh well. I did actually buy the drive shaft in preparation. We are short a couple of small rubber bushings as well, it looks like. Maybe like 1. We'll have 0, so grab that. Wow, we got a lot of rear shock absorber Bs. I don't know why. Been amassing them, I guess. It's alright though, we can have a couple floating for that random time when we run out of money. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So we'll need another brake cylinder and another brake shoe as well. Grab one of these. Please, a pair of these. I don't envy anybody that has to still change drum brakes. They suck. They're not that hard. They're actually quite easy, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, no. That being said, I think my car still has drums on the rear. Might have to do a disc brake conversion on the rear end. Might be easier to change the drum brakes. No, really it won't. Honestly, if you have the spring release tool, it's not that difficult. It's just dirty. So up here, when you're looking at the little braking cylinder, it's got some springs around it, and they hook to these brake shoes, and then the brake shoes compress and retract depending on the pressure on the spring. So that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have a tool to break those loose usually. So, and I wish I could stay right here. Wouldn't have to rotate around to get the other freaking rubber bushing. Nope, we ran out. We were short. Alright. So, looks like we need to figure out our tires and our double wishbone suspension. Double wishbones are easy because we already paid attention to it. Now, as far as wheels, it is a cab, but it's running these on it right now, these rim retros. I'm actually thinking just going to the rim retro 11s. Those are pretty close to Krager's. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. So, what size tires came off this thing? It should be a 14 or 15. They are 15s, 205/75s. Okay. Four of those. All right. Yeah. Because they're all the same size, guess what, guys? We don't have to worry about it. Woohoo! I was gonna say there's got to be a 3 in there somewhere. Look at the draw, it says there'd be a 3 in there somewhere. Oops. Alrighty. Yes, that's the proper wheel for that car. That looks amazing. Alright. Very classic, very chic. And we are going to go back in and spend an extra grand painting it again because we need to not have the white under the hood. It bothers me. Matter of fact, I think we're doing it first because it's literally just driving me insane. Alright, come here. Back to our cab. That's what we want. There we go. Now it looks right. Ooh, I forgot to put a battery in it. That's probably a bad thing. Just rolling it around the shop without any kind of battery. Alright. Let's go get it. Test path. Wheels aligned. Wow, 3.0. That's rough. Only the front ones that are really bad. It's worth right now. Yeah, about 100 grand. Probably pretty accurate, actually. I forgot to land link. That was awesome. Hopefully I can get it without having to take the damn tire off. Okay. Oh, no. Where is the one I want to use? Yeah, I could have seen them being available on 86. Let's use the Ghostbuster style. New York plates. Now, normally these would be like exempt or something like that, but whatever. Yes. Okay. Off to the dyno. Not he's going to gain much, but it's a little bit here and there. Not as loud either. Huh? Yeah, what up to 600 horsepower? I mean, that's a pretty stout cab. There's a lot of freaking performance cars on the market today that aren't as fast as this cab. And it ain't got any interior in it yet. Alright, and it's got bonus part. Yes. Alright, let's get the right front seat out of it, bench out of it. Oh, I need the interior shop. I think it's that one. I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention to which one it was. Yeah, it should be the bench custom. The seat should be also custom listed. You don't have to be fancy. I actually think they're these. The seat leather 3s. Which are a little uncomfortable for that kind of car. But height-wise, these are too low. Pretty sure. Let's use these. This looks interesting. Okay, and we need a custom shop. We got a taxi sign. You know, seats kind of take up all the back end, but we're gonna go with the fact this is like an Uber. You know, the person's gonna be sitting in the front seat of the car. Ooh, yeah. Although I do like the old style gauges and stuff, and there ain't much in here for extra stuff. Yeah, I could see this have been a cab back in, you know, 86, still on the road. New York still has a lot of cabs that are like 56, 57 yellow cab specials. That's pretty much what they're called anyways. They're yellow cabs, so nowadays they actually use like honest to goodness regular cars, but yeah, back then they had their own car company basically where they just made cars that were only yellow cabs. Usually a 4-door too, but otherwise, would you like this to come pick you up at the airport though? How about that? Hell, like where I live, you can't get a cab like this to pick you up at the airport. But whoa! Yeah, I think there's a control issue. Because with the wheels aligned and everything else, that much horsepower should not be spinning you off the road. And none of these cars handle with a damn anymore. Even the stock ones are pulling and spinning. Not that I built a stock one in a while, but still. At 90 miles an hour, this car is losing control of the traction. Don't buy it. I don't know, guys. I think on that note, though, with the glorious yellow cab, we're going to call it for the day. Coming up on 1 o'clock, which is about 3 hours, we will check the price on it, and I think we're just going to sell it. We'll build another one later. It's not like it's something we got to hold on to. The vinyl, the mod file for it's not going anywhere. So that's the other thing is the file for it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to get rid of it or anything like that or uninstall the mod. But $87,000 for a yellow cab, 57 Bel Air basically. Let's get that out of here, and it looks like we're about to clear 800K. almost 900 grand. We're almost that million. That's the other thing, guys. We're almost that $1,000,000. That was a goal I set for myself. But looks like we got a chat. Jaden, if you're still around, you got options. It's on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. So that's where you would go to pick it up. Steam's probably the best if you want to play with modded stuff like what I'm running in my series. If you have the computer that can run it. If you're running on a console, then Xbox is pretty good, so is PlayStation. But, anyways, like I said, the mod support, I'm not sure what they're doing on the PlayStation and the Xbox yet as far as that goes. Oh, I didn't notice that one before. But, anyways. We are pretty much wrapped up. Subscriptions are always welcome. Comments, I do apologize I missed that chat. Honestly, I think it just registered. I was actually keeping a pretty close eye on it, and I never got any notification on my OBS either, so. Anyways, guys, we are pretty much good. I am not sure. I may get rid of the pinup girls and go back to the other one. I haven't decided yet. Which garage customization, and there is a couple more garage customizations we can probably add in later. But I will continue to update stuff. We will be back here right around between 10 and 11 tomorrow. Don't know how long the streams are going to run these next couple of days. My sleep schedule's kind of screwy. I'm going to have to leave Wednesday night and pretty much drive straight through to take care of the business that I need to do, and I'm not flying. So I'm pretty much going to be up all night driving, and I got to kind of, readjust a few things to make sure that I'm awake for that period of time. But, anyways, I will keep you guys informed on what we're doing with streams and stuff. I will keep an eye on the mod shop in the community workshop with Steam. But otherwise, it's Dragon Lucifer, and I will see you guys next time.